Yo, what up? It's Eric, and this is the Melanated Anime Club. It's the OG Monster Trio. What's going on, Wes? What's going on, Matt?
Yo, what up? How are you doing?
It is a wonderful Sunday. It may be cold outside, but my heart is warm.
It looks warm like outside, but you step out, it's not. Unlike Wes's heart, it is both of them, warm and bright.
Yeah, and over here it is in fact both warm and actually looks like it's warm and it's actually warm. So
yeah, real flex.
Mm-hmm. Los Angeles.
No, I totally get it. Like you remember being in Chicago.
Oh yeah, that's why I left. Yeah, I remember.
It was like bright.
I remember distinctly.
Yeah,
it was like November's coming.
Yeah,
November's coming. I gotta move. I don't want to be here.
That's what you said. Okay,
I remember that. Yeah.
But you remember, like, yeah. But it's like you look out the window and it's bright and it looks sunny. It looks like a great day. But then you look a little deeper and you see how drab the trees are, and then you step outside and the wind, the hawk, or should I say, hits you in the face, and you're like, nope. It's time to move. It's time to move.
I mean, the thing was like it was cool because like it'd be cold out and like you'd stand in the warmth, like in your house, and the power of like glass, it'd feel warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd open that window and be like, oh god, what did I do?
That wind will cut you.
It is. The hawk is no joke.
You'll die. Absolutely, you'll die. All right. Well, now that we got the weather update, because we're all
it's always nice to get the weather update. It's the intro of everyone.
Look, I think there's really only one thing we can talk about right now.
So there's so much to talk about.
I'm gonna go straight into it. Well, there's three things that are one thing, and I'm.
Oh boy!
All right. So the reason I said that is because we have to talk about a chapter. We have to talk about an episode.
Oh yeah.
And we have to talk about a pre-trailer teaser that was also released. So
you mean a movie?
So we'll be talking about film, TV, and manga. All One Piece. Just a really hot. Week for.
It's just a virtual cornucopia of media.
Mm-hmm.
For our favorite show, and I'm ecstatic. And just give me more content. Feed me.
No filler though. All canon.
All canon.
All canon. No filler.
I mean the films, but like we'll see what happens.
No, films are now canon, and don't release it unless it's canon.
Are all of them now canon?
I do believe Matt has just said they're all canon, but officially, I think the last two are believed to be canon.
I think the last three, I think it's Strong Zero or whatever. I think all of those are from that point. I think it was because that's when Oda was like, "I'm directing these movies again."
Yeah. And the thing about
producing,
let's go into the movie first because I was about to say
let's do it.
The first director Oda ever worked with, ever. So like with the anime, like made the anime. That's who's directing One Piece Red,
which is awesome,
which is great.
Also,
but it's like 20 years later, so he gets better animation. It's going to be amazing.
I'm excited. What'd you say?
They have computers now. Like they didn't have that.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how long One Piece has been on. Like this was originally started. And when we get to talking about the episode, I do want to break this down because there was just some beautiful moments that really showcase
Oh yeah, the opening definitely did that.
But we'll not even the opening, but we'll talk about this later.
Oh, you saw more? Okay, dope.
Let's stick with the movie talk for now.
So I like that it's being teased. We don't know officially, but this is a movie about Shanks, or Shanks is going to be heavily featured.
The one thing that's confirmed is that this is probably going to be. I mean, we'll see how the next year goes as far as the manga. But this might be like I think it's all timed out. This will be the big dive into Shanks that happens before he like jumps into the
manga. Yeah, because it's due.
So it's either gonna be like Shanks is starting to come in the manga, and then like once stuff happens, and like the movie is gonna kind of fill in something, or it's gonna be the other way around. But it's gonna be one of the two. But Shanks being heavily featured. The one plot point that they did release in the trailer is her voice will either save Minnie with happiness or imprison them forever.
Wait, what?
So, what does that even mean?
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one like thing that was said. That's the one thing that was said during the.
It's just an abstract, like generic pronoun out statement about what's going to happen.
You know, what it made me feel though is like this might have a little bit of Bello Betty because she has the power to make you feel empowered or to feel imprisoned. So I feel like it may have something to do with like that devil fruit or something along those lines, like the revolutionaries and Shanks. Bello Betty, one of the 4 commanders of the new revolutionaries.
I thought she was only just rally cries. I didn't know she could make like a whole group.
Well, it's something similar. I'm just like, it's just something in that vein as well. That's what we're getting. So maybe it could be like Shanks and the revolutionaries, Shanks and the Celestials. But I feel like it might be Shanks and like some entity that we haven't really got into yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they really focused on his scar. That was like the big thing too. And from what we know about that was Blackbeard.
So then maybe Blackbeard factors in because he's stated that he got that from Blackbeard. Which is
so like I said, just really interesting. Like I'm just kind of mentioning the 30-second trailer that where 15 minutes of it was like One Piece and from the creators, like a good chunk. So only of that, maybe like 15 seconds was actually like what we're about to see.
Yeah, I know
that phrase and that picture of Shanks, and those are like the 2 things that we got.
What?
And I mean that may be enough.
Yeah,
it is enough.
It's all we got, so it is enough.
I mean, we've talked about it for 4 minutes, which is 8 times longer than the actual trailer. So,
yeah, because it was only 15 seconds. But I was thinking, like, what did he say to the Gorosei? No, not the Gorosei.
No, he said something to the Gorosei.
What's the Gorosei? So, like, what did he say to them? Because he's like, "Yo, I'm about to move. I need to do this, that, and the other thing." But then we also heard
we don't know what he said.
We don't know. They cut away.
Or why was he even allowed in that space in the first place as a Yonka?
Because he's probably
the holiest.
Yeah, he's a celestial.
Yeah, he's probably like somebody's kid.
That's not. I mean, it hasn't been confirmed, but yeah, I can see it.
I mean, it's within reason.
It is
like likely, like okay, you just
like
he's a fairly high ranking.
This is a doppelganger in a way.
Yeah, but more high ranking.
Mm-hmm.
For some, like one of the original families, because like it has to factor into emo somehow too.
Yeah, don't we? Yeah, Emu's someone we kind of forgot about for a minute, but
we forgot about.
Don't we all expect Shanks to like be evil though? Like that just
I hope not.
If he's evil, he's evil in the way that Kaino is evil,
and that he's driven.
No,
he's anti-hero.
He's evil in the sense that like they're enemies of the gods type of evil. But,
yes, but he's more rogue. I feel like he's working it, but it's like I think now this is the point where he throws down the guns like, "Y'all been messing up too much. We need to fix this."
He's the great ass Jedi.
Yep.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
All right, well, dope. I mean, I feel like that's kind of as much digging in as we can get on that trailer.
Honestly, without more speculation.
Yeah.
But I do want to jump into. Let's just go in. We'll do a full chapter review. We'll kind of just talk it over again. But I want to go into the episode. Episode 1000 of One Piece.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you remember where you were when you first saw One Piece. I mean, I was in like my high school, not even my middle school like bedroom.
I was in my studio apartment.
And it was the yayo.
Gotta go.
Piece. Yeah, dude, it was awful. But I remember watching it and being like, "Yo, this sucks." And honestly, I didn't watch it for years. But then I came back in and really was like, I've seen this for so long. I've like seen One Piece be referenced. It's never been like it was never fanboyed like Dragon Ball Z was out here. It was never fanboyed like some of the other stuff, at least in my circles. So when I was like, yo, I'm gonna look for an anime to kind of get into or look for something to get into, it was like perfect because it was deep. It had a lot, and not a lot of people were going to be giving me their opinions throughout the process. And that's really why I enjoyed it. So, I remember kind of watching this trailer and just being like, wow, this is something, because they did, the original like opening song.
First intro.
No, they revamped it to today.
Yeah. And they started it. I felt like it started with like the frame from the original, and then just like kicked it into like the
You see how like they blended in from like the old.
It goes from SD to HD
to the new one right there with all the boat. That messed with my mind so much.
And then it had like all, because I always loved it. Like the opening when I first saw it, like as a kid when I rewatched it, like the opening where it has like those giant sea monsters and they're all like kind of jumping through, like with the Going Merry, like. They updated the ending of that like title sequence where Jinbei and Brooke and Robin were all standing with them like next to the Going Sunny. It was just like it was so many great little moments.
That the middle portion, a deep portion
I
of
think
my
we
body
might just need to play it.
Giggled a little bit
because
it did that. That was the like for 3-4 years, not even that, like longer. Because I'm looking at the like I'm trying to think where I came in, because I came in through Naruto. And this is when Bleach was still adequate, but we all thought it was good.
Shut up.
And One Piece was third tier because we didn't know then. We were comparing it to Naruto, which at the time was like
a little harder. It was a little easier to digest.
Didn't have enough it was such a simple world, and it was so simple to go to One Piece. And I want to say, just because of timelines and like things like that, I jumped in right around Ina's lobby, potentially. Nope, I remember specifically because of the break, 3 years. So it was just before Sabari Archipelago. So I was already watching it. So I want to say around, from like Ina's lobby on.
How do you say everything wrong?
Every week.
Pronounced every Japanese word you've said wrong. Every character name, everything you've said wrong.
I did not say Ina's lobby wrong.
That's not how you say it.
Yes, it is.
It sounds like you're saying Ina's lobby.
Yeah.
Ina's lobby.
I didn't know. I said Ina's lobby.
You did not say it.
I'm saying it right. Sabari Archipelago.
All right, you got that one right. But hey, Matt, what's the name of everyone's favorite orange-covered ninja? Believe it?
Naruto.
Now he says it right. All right.
What did I say before?
You were having the Michael B. Jordan pronunciation.
You're doing the Naruto. All right.
Yeah, I deserve that.
Friend of the stream, Michael B. Jordan, please.
Right.
Yeah.
Please come on.
It's just lovely joshing that we just did to me when you impronounce Naruto.
He did it. He just.
Correct, Phoebe. They knew I was talking about Naruto.
All right. Well, Wes wanted to go ahead and just show all of y'all the opening here
because it's so damn good.
It is really
the full
good.
one or the blocked out portion pieces?
It's the full one, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, just hit the full screen.
We go full stream. Yeah.
この世のすべてを手に入れた男、海賊王ゴールド・ロジャー。彼の死に際に放った一言は、人々を海へ駆り立てた。俺の財宝か、欲しけりゃくれてやる。探せ、この世のすべてをそこに置いてきた。男たちはグランドラインを目指し、夢を追い続ける。世はまさに大海賊時代。
Right there.
Yeah, the Dr. Chopper, man. And they got their one up. Come on.
Yeah, they're in the lawn over here, everything.
Art. Just takes me back to such a simpler time.
When they had the Going Merry.
Yeah.
Bro, this is a kid. Like, I want to see these sea monsters come into this. Like, I want to see this part come into the story so bad.
I mean, we have to get there at some point because Poseidon has to become a factor.
Right. And he can communicate with all of them as it is mentally.
Momo? Yeah.
No, not Momo. Luffy.
Luffy
no, he can just hear them.
Yeah,
He just hear them. He can't communicate. Look at this.
Well,
this is
and they,
like, how are they not?
You got to see Ashura. That's the first time we've seen Ashura in years.
True. It might be his network.
It's like Oh, it's catching up.
Spinning of the hat.
This is dope because this is clearly introducing how, like, they set out. We're not ready to meet Shanks now. Now Shanks is part of the intro. Never has been. Why? He's up next.
Shanks was part of the intro. Like, wasn't he at the beginning? Because like the whole
Probably
thing of like Shanks holding Luffy with his arm missing was
right. That's
like,
always been there, but not at the very end when it's like, no, we're badasses going into the sunlight, and then we see the whole crew after they've been leveled up. As in, like, Luffy's going to announce it's time to meet Shanks. After
you know
this
what? I just kind of want to see that father-son reunion between Usopp and Yasopp because I feel like it's not talked about enough.
It is not talked about at all.
It's gonna be just like really goofy. Like it's gonna be like we're expecting it to be something, but it's just gonna be goofy.
Wait, so you're saying that Usopp has done all the work before meeting his father, so he can just have a goofy moment with the person who abandoned him 30 years ago?
No, it's gonna be a moment where like he's gonna run into his dad. His dad's gonna wear some kind of like Soge King mask, and he's gonna have no clue who the fuck it is. Like it's gonna be something goofy.
Wow,
like that.
No.
Wow.
Or like Yasopp runs into Soge King, and like that conversation happens, and like Yasopp has no clue. Like something like
it's probably gonna be
like that.
It's gonna be
something like
he's
those.
Not gonna know because
as
much as we're avoiding the whole Usopp Yasopp connection, or because I mean we're not talking about Shanks that much, it's gonna probably be something like God Usopp meets Yasopp.
Yeah, or like they have to look out for another sniper, and like they're thinking it's Doc Q, but it's each other or some shit. Like it's gonna be something interesting.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be something.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, no. As we I want to stick to the episode before we start moving on to like the greater story and what's gonna happen here. All good. Like I feel like we all kind of knew what was going on, but it was just like, what is this? And nothing. This never happens in the manga. This is completely like anime only specific take on what's going on. But everyone meets on the floor cap. All 10 of the Straw Hats meet up at the same spot.
That was in the manga.
They didn't mean it wasn't like this. It wasn't like that.
Okay, it wasn't extrapolated like this, but they've been adding everything. Like
you didn't see everyone's backstory in like a colored faction. Like
it was like what would happen is they'd be in like groups of 2 or 3 and they go in the backstory. They did not all converge without their like allies. Like the allies were just like Law's like, I'm gonna chill. Kid's like, I'm gonna chill right now. Like all of like the people that have been helping them, the Sam like came on there like, hey, we're gonna go do this. And like that was about it. But it was just like this was, if you haven't watched this before, these are the Straw Hats. These are who you need to know. It was a great like entry point type of situation.
I see what you're saying. How that's
and then at the end, because they didn't fight King and Queen like it wasn't quite like that. You know what I mean? The Toby Roppo was already on the sides. Like everyone was kind of chilling.
It was easily a ramp up episode.
Definitely a ramp up episode. Loved it when they had like Luffy, and it's like boom, this is the shot of Luffy as a child, and then like the key moments of Luffy growing up, and like the story so far. He got the longest one, and he should because he's fucking Luffy. And I went through all of it, and it was like you saw that in those moments is where you saw how the animation styles have changed when you saw all of that kind of happen. And then you know, as each of Zoro did it, and then you're like Sanji's gonna go next, but no, it was Usopp, and Usopp that one was awesome. It was Kid Usopp, and then they had like the final shot of like Usopp with like God Usopp with like the spread out Usopp with like Soge King, like just all of it together, like all of the hot moments,
all the key
like,
moments through all of their all of these 20 plus years.
Yeah, and it's just like It kind of like a little bit of a weird place. I felt like, but like some of the newer characters, like Chopper had his moment, and Kung Fu Point Toe Chopper, who we haven't really seen in the manga in a while. How silly is that? It's just like
not silly at all.
The animated version of Kung Fu Chopper is just like the best. Are you kidding me? It's just like wah, 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 and just like
it's like it's like Yoda at the end of prequel number 2.
Yep.
Except Yoda doesn't get extra marshmallowy chubby. Like that's the
right. It's awesome.
It's crazy. I love it. Like Robin, like they really kind of played up her powers and where it's gone, because when she was fighting in real time, I was like, oh shit, she's got that ability now. Because she was flying, that person was chasing her, and she's like, you shouldn't left your back up. And she was like, clutch. And then the girl's like,
oh no, yeah, she's had that.
Yeah. Like Robin just out here murdering folks. I didn't know she could do it while doing the flying thing.
While doing the giant hands. So I guess
while doing Giganto or
while still flying. Menisco floor?
Something. Stomp? Whatever. Yeah. Those 2 big ass feet.
And then, oh my god, she's a hot girl, just kid her. And then he's just like, please leave me alone. Like
that.
And then they gave Brooke, like the young kid human Brooke, and just Brooke. I don't know. I love Brooke.
Oh yeah, like we got to see little Brooke. And
little
I was like,
Brooke?
Come on.
With the viola.
Yeah, and I was kind of playing.
I just saw that and I thought, you know what? Next Halloween, I'm going to be Brooke.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, then you add on top of that, they had Jinbei, and Jinbei's like, I'm the new guy. I have a lot to prove, and it's just like chibi Jinbei, and then
I know, cool. Like that young Jinbei in the gi.
In the gi, like
yeah, you're just a fish man, and then he just comes out. It's like, oh, I went too hard on him. Like, just all of that was just, it was great. I love for Usopp on the Green Star. He's like Green Star, and there's like special edition.
1000?
Yeah, is this like
a special 1000? Yeah,
like, it's a special one. I usually not this flashy, but this is a special one for the occasion. Like, it's just like
it was perfect. Like,
I like that.
Everything about that episode just spoke to me as a One Piece fan, and that's what they wanted. That's what they had. Chubby
Pride, absolutely. But yeah, like I said, that was a real good, feel good episode. I definitely have to catch up on because I haven't watched it since I think the beginning of Wano, and it answered my question at the end of where's Basil Hawkins, so that's always fun.
Yep.
Yeah, you find out next episode.
So that's fun. I haven't seen him animated in a minute. I need to watch this again because I forget Wano animation was different than OG animation versus.
Yeah, the last time we saw him was when he was fighting Law or Zoro. I want to say
it was literally the beginning when he like summoned his like I'm a floaty banshee thing. I was like,
his final move that he lost with against Killer.
Yeah, and speaking of losing against Killer, let's jump to the block.
Yes, this week's chapter.
Yo,
lots
is happening.
What'd you say?
So much is happening.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I really was digging it.
It's too much.
Yeah, like I was really digging it because like the Zoro King showdown, and Zoro's like, you don't really see this, but Zoro's trying to figure out what is going on. He's like, all right, so I'm assuming that this is your power, but it's not. Okay, is that part of being a pterodactyl? And it's like, no. So he's like, okay, so that must be your power. What is he? A fisherman? Nah. And he's just like going through all of this. So we know that King has some kind of like mysterious race that hasn't been seen in forever. And like
Zoro even said, oh, this must be a race I've never seen before.
Right.
That's why Big Mom really wants him. Yeah. That was teased before earlier in the series.
A few times. Like how special he is and rare and last of his thing.
And Zoro's struggling so hard to even lay a hit on him. And he just comes down and he's like, say homie, I love a sword fight. And I was just
I don't know.
Before that, can we talk about the crazy Zoan shit Oda's doing again?
Yeah.
With this pterodactyl who can pull his head all the way back.
Pull the head back and just what did he do?
Like shoot it?
Did he fire something or did he just extend his beak?
I feel like he does that and I feel like it's like a rubber band and he hits it and it bounces back and it's like as fast as a laser is I think what he's trying to say.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I truly don't understand a lot of that.
That was my interpretation, but I just wanted to get a mind meld here and get some other other opinions on it.
Okay, because it's called Imperial Deep Pride Steak.
And he says, and I quote, "This is how the ancient pterodactyls used to hunt their prey." And I'm like, I call bullshit, but okay.
Just like this, Or maybe he's saying like that's how they hunted because all he's doing is circling in the air, coming down, hitting quickly, and then going back up in the air.
Oh shit! Hold on. What you just describing right now is making me think of something stupid.
Okay.
I did say it, so this is on brand.
So what if using fire, the ability to generate fire, popping in and out, being able to jump quickly, is Sanji part whatever that race is?
Lunarian? Yeah, that's been teased.
Is the race Lunarian?
Yeah, is Lunarian. Because Queen said,
Is this canon at all, or is this just Matt read something somewhere?
Oh, you know what?
I don't know if it's canon. I can't because I do have a distinct like memory of hearing the name of that race before, but I can't remember where.
It was in the manga when Sanji was fighting King, I believe, and Queen was like talking about how like what you do all these weird things, and he was the one commenting that like, oh, are you like part Lunarian? And then we cut over to King with an eye look like, hey, why are you saying my family name like that?
Right.
That's not cool. By the way, I'm over here fighting Zoro. Not mention my family name. I'm kind of busy. That's what happened.
Interesting.
So it's all speculish, but it is kind of canonish too.
Right. Just like M Sama's Mihawk's mom.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's more of a stretch in your brain. But I'm going with it.
Could Sanji's mom have been Lunarian?
Yes.
Lunarian.
That's what they're thinking. Because if you look, Sanji has blonde hair. His mom has blonde hair. However, 1, 2, and 4 all have red, yellow, and blue hair.
And 0 has purple. So
right. So none of them have blonde hair. Except Sanji. So somehow they're going to make this. I feel like they're going to make that connection. Because it's been sprinkled about.
Or do you think that Sanji's mom like got it on with someone that wasn't Judge, and that's why he's always not fit in? He's not Judge's biological son.
Possibly.
But then was still experimented on?
Yeah, because he was a kid.
Oh,
yeah, he was. He's a child that was there.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like, you know, if
that's an option,
it would be kind of poetic if Sanji was like this Lumerian, because he would be taking the place of like King as a supportive right hand to Kaido in the same place as Luffy. Does that make sense?
Nope.
It does. Kind of, because Zoro would be the Wano representative. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
the other representative.
I would say it'd be more akin to what the like old nation, like during like the deleted century or the void century, like the vision was that like a person of every race, and this would be Luffy fulfilling that. Got a long nose. He's got a fisherman. He's got a skeleton. He's got a reindeer.
Is long nose a thing?
The long nose tribe, wasn't that a thing?
I don't remember.
It might have been like a gag that they did, but it might have been
a gag just because of Usopp. But there's definitely a long arm tribe, long leg tribe,
and a long neck tribe. But they're extremely rare.
The 3 Eyes tribe.
True.
Yeah.
So like the long nose tribe could be a thing because there's been more than one long nose person that we've met.
There we go. This world that's being built. I just can't. I'm in constant amazement of it.
So, one thing I don't like and get at all is how. Well, I do enjoy how. What's his name? Apu is used as fodder. More so now as like, but a level set fodder. So like, since he's one of the supernovas, like if you molly stomp him, you've already said like, okay, you're pretty strong. But what I don't like is the bullshit reason he comes up for getting his ass whooped. He said he knows a little bit of armament hockey, and I'm sorry, armament hockey does not get you knocked out. It just doesn't. You were knocked out, and then you woke up.
He was playing possum.
Yeah, he doesn't knock out. I think he was playing possum. That's definitely
nah.
That's why as soon as homie started talking, he hit him with that attack. So I mean, he wasn't out.
Yeah.
Don't agree.
He's a fucking coward.
CP0 so far failed to capture Robin, and now they're in a fight with Drake and Apu.
And I do love it too because Apu's like kind of dumb. He's scheming, but he's also kind of dumb because he's
not even kind of
just an opportunist. He's like, okay, now I can try this.
Yep.
Hey Drake, you're with the Navy, aren't you? And Drake's like, shut up, dude.
Right? It's like, why are you snitching?
It was very
I also like how in addition, we got even more confirmation that those 3 numbers were captured with Yamato.
Well, one of them.
Fuga and Yamato had a
very
brief
familiar with Yamato.
Yeah, they're like, hey, let me go through Juki or Chalky or whichever one. I forget which one she talked to. She's like, let me get
Fuga.
One of the 2.
None of it matters, dude. It's the fucking
one of the
fucking number. It's a number, yeah.
Hold on. I'm actually looking at it. It's Fuga.
That sounds familiar. So we're seeing that, but
oh man, yo, we out here. You know what, y'all? I think it's just time. Yo, look, we need a little break or reset. If you got it, let's roll it. Let's spark it. Let's load it. Whatever it is, it's time for our ever famous hashtag.
Go.
Yeah, what up, Phoebe? Give a shout out to Phoebe for riding with us today. I'm not familiar with
another
this.
thing.
I'm glad
now,
you're here with us today.
Thank you, Phoebe.
And Robin are with Yamato because the smiley is blocking any sort of progress towards them. It's like between them and CP0. But also, I really think CP0 is going to get beaten by X Drake and Apu, mostly because I want them to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Robin getting captured again at this moment would just be ridiculous. I can't accept that.
It'd be reductive and repetitive.
And honestly, like Kid and Law are still running around somewhere too. And like that's what I always
thought. Kid and Law are taking on Big Mom.
I thought she's not down. That's right.
She's not down. We see at the very beginning how that like whatever just happened last chapter, and she's like going after them. She ate. Like she used her awakened ability and ate a year of her life to get stronger and bigger.
Right.
They show that that's still happening in like the first panel or two.
That's right. No,
right after we get the comedic intro of why am I carrying you around? I'm injured, said the Phoenix carrying a guy with carrying guns.
Yes.
I don't,
There's a lot going on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oda and comedy, you know?
Oh, yeah, and then like, because it's Iku and Marco.
Yeah. Is it Iku? Or is it
Izu-chan. There it is. Izu is on that.
Yeah, Izu, because Iku is dead.
Iku is dead.
Iku's dead.
And then of course okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was it.
It's like Izu, like I don't know, just something about them are both like, oh, the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates kind of have a thing that they need to. I don't know.
I like viewing it as like the old generation passing it on to the new. Exactly. Doing commentary.
Exactly. It's like kind of like the little threads that are like maybe not getting tied up, but they're like, hey, this was a thread we're gonna reconnect for this part, if that makes sense. Because like I
reminders, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My big thing is like conspicuous by their absence, and it's Pero Sparrow. The rest of Big Mom's kids that were there at some point. Killer should still be alive.
Taken down.
Pero Sparrow was taken down. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he got taken down
by either Neku or
where's he at then? Is he on the roof?
He on the ground.
He on the ground. He's dead.
Oh no, it's all the roof. Yeah,
the ground.
If not the roof, the courtyard where you could see the sun a bit. So I'm still gonna think the roof.
Okay, because I'm just like, so much has happened. The platforms are all being destroyed. I don't know who's where right now.
The whole compound is on fire.
We're at the point where if someone's like a stronger character and they got knocked out about 10 chapters or so ago, they're gonna be waking back up around now. You know what I mean? And like,
Orochi.
No, which brings us to our ending of the chapter.
Yes.
Look at me, MCing.
You're not the main character, Matt.
I am in my own movie. You son of a
exactly.
I'll nominate you for a Webby for best secondary. What do they call it? When you're not the main actor, but you're the sub. But what?
You're looking for best supporting actor.
Supporting is the word I want, and nominate you for a Webby for best supporting actor in my life.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored to be that important in your life, Matt.
Yeah, that's why you get a Webby.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, little Webby.
Wes, you're definitely Oscar worthy.
Oh,
yeah. You're not Webby worthy at all.
That's what's up. I keep it real.
All right, we're going to Parsons this week. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah. But before you get to the end of the chapter, did you all miss how Momo is trying their damnedest and probably doing a little bit better?
I must have missed. Oh yeah, no, trying to pick up the thing. It was a very small, but I did notice.
Yeah, it's just like I trying to hold.
He's trying to still hold it.
So itty bitty. And then that was a transition, which now I look at it again, that's a brilliant little transition. Because you show the whole thing.
I gotta see that again.
And the next thing you know, it's King whooping his ass. Which it comes back to this is not. We've had a Triceratops. That was a helicopter. We've got a Brachiosaurus. That's a missile.
That's so stupid.
And we've got a pterodactyl. That is a slingshot. With its face, none of it's like I like the comedy of it, but also it's ridiculous.
It makes no sense. Like when I saw that, I was just like, he's literally just pulling his head back.
He just pulled his head back and let it fly.
This scrunched up face, and then bam.
And it went all the way.
You're not made of rubber. Like that's not your bit.
No, of course it's not. But the strength of the skin allows for elasticity when you are a monster dinosaur.
Okay, I guess we can just say that because, that's what we're dealing with in this world.
Yes, you get it now. What? No, we're sorry.
Yeah, dude. There's been a lot of creepy. That's the one thing about anime fandom or any kind of nerd fandom is very quickly something that's great and fun that people enjoy gets attached to said creepy horn dog dudes. So we do apologize for that situation. I don't know why we're apologizing, but we are, and we're glad that you can enjoy it.
Right. We are much of the camp of where they have the big old sign at like C2E2 or Anime Con of like cosplay is not consent. You don't just get to walk up and touch people just because they dressed up. That's my camp.
We're all aware of that.
Kind of a weird tangent to go on right now, but we like the energy.
We're already in the creepy dude world.
I know you're trying to make the connection, but it was unnecessary.
Oh, okay.
Cool. We appreciate you, Matt.
I understand. You should hit me right now, probably.
I love you. It's fine.
Thank you, but I deserve to be hit.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
But yes, Phoebe, get into
elasticity. What? Yeah. That's what I wanted. So the elasticity of the skin allows for the pulling back, and boom, hitting. And since it's a steak, it's the whole beak thing, which that's cartilage and not skin.
Now you know.
Yep.
Hey, after that transition though, that always reminds me. How's your JoJo watch going? Do you understand the reference yet? Am I hit that?
I am now on the walk like an Egyptian hit, which I love because I love the Bengals.
Cool. So you're past this one.
Oh yeah, I'm way past it. It's a lovely moment. I am now stuck firmly in the Hamon to stand transition that I don't get again. At all.
They spent all that time working on Hamon and just threw it away.
No, they didn't throw it away.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it comes up, but very lightly.
He can still use it. He's like, I can use Hamon. My grandson, no. He has a stand. But by the way, so do I have a stand because I'm Joseph Joestar.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what you're saying, dude.
Right. Oh shit.
Holy shit. That's my favorite, dude.
It's the best.
Also, Jotaro is a lovable asshole.
Who?
Jotaro.
Okay.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
I mean, the best part I think of JoJo's is like the end of the episode and the music hits because, like, I don't know. I feel like you have Walk Like an Egyptian, but it only gets better. It only gets. Oh, I guess the one afterwards arguably better, but the one after that, Golden Wind, where I'm at, I'm like about 10 episodes into Golden Wind, and the ending song for that is just the best.
It is, and then I played it something different, but I won't spoil it for you.
No, I played it for y'all. We played. I played it for the anime.
Oh yeah, you have.
Like everyone knows, it's Jodeci's freaking you. Like that's.
Every time I close my eyes. That's where it starts off at. Like you just see them all doing their JoJo poses, and then it's just like every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so hard. It's so like, funny.
It's like the first time you see it because you're just like, oh, this episode's kind of like, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna, and then it just hits that, and you're just like, what's going on?
Like the episode will end in like the most dramatic fashion, where like someone's like half dead, like their stomach has been ripped out or something. But then you just get hit with freaking you right after that, and it's so funny.
Yeah, the series before it was like Ooh I Want You by like Savage Garden. And so that's an even different level of because that one's like one of the through lines is like there's like a serial killer that can take over your bodies, like can take different people's bodies and forms, essentially, is what's going on there. And it's just like some like really gruesome, like 15-year-old girl gets murdered, and they go through this like tragic backstory, and then it's like, ooh, I want you. I don't know.
Yeah. That was a whole thing.
It's wild.
Yo, I mean, Jodeci coming on, freaking you just by itself feels awkward.
I know, but like
it's just
you get used to it, and you come to like wait for it and appreciate it after every episode. You're just like,
so
this happened with me.
And then you can't not hear that song and not think about like some anime. It's very dumb.
Okay, I guess I just haven't watched enough JoJo episodes to have that drilled into my head to get past that weird like random awkward moment of when Jodeci comes on, and it's like 3:13 in the afternoon, and you get this heavy sexual overtone coming in after you listen to a song that had nothing to do with that. That's what I'm hearing you guys say. Like you watch an episode, and then bam, here it comes.
I love the way your mind works, Matt.
Yeah,
I sometimes do.
Oh, all right.
It just takes me on adventures. Adventures. So, but let's find. Okay, one more thing about this. Right. How many of these pound phoenixes does Zoro have? So,
good question. It's basic. So he's got a 360 cannon. So each sword, as he adds it, is what the multiplier is based off of.
Okay. So he's used one.
720.
Yeah, he's only used one sword on that. 1080.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So is he going to do a 900 at some point? Because I thought he's done a 1080.
Yes. Again, he's not going to do. Think of it as in skateboarding tricks. You ever played Tony Hawk?
All right. So I said he's done a 1080 though.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he's done a 1080. So a 900 would be 2.5. You're not going to have half a Phoenix for this.
You're not going to have half a sword. So it will go to 1080. That's math.
It's got to be multiples of 360.
That's math.
I know.
The point
no sense of direction, innate sense of math, right?
Yeah, and actually, you know what? That actually plays out in real life.
Yeah, it does.
Good with math. That's all they can do.
Here's the thing. Remember when he went up against Pika, and he's like he does the billion world fold.
Yeah,
like just that chant to himself, like a million worlds fold into a billion galaxies, or whatever that whole was. It just makes me think of math, and it just comes back up.
Was that the 1080 cannon too when he did that? No.
I can't remember.
That one was wild because I remember he also was doing like, as he was chasing Pika, he was doing the ratio to keep cutting down to figure out.
Oh no, he was doing math on the spot.
He was mathing.
Yeah, I need half and half, bam, half and half, bam, half and half, bam, half and half, and then there you are.
Yeah, Rob, we're talking about One Piece. You caught us on the tail end of the One Piece talk. We're talking about how we're going over the manga and the episode 1000.
Yeah,
really just kind of talking about
and the chapter
how Zoro's really good at math but bad at direction. So that's
pretty much, and that just correlates to life. So the point I'm making, though, however, is that he's used one. Okay. In this chapter, Enma's like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like you want to use me, so I'm going to use you so I can do what I want to do. And that's why his whole hand went like collapsed on him. So what I think is going to happen is that this whole Shimison thing, it's going to be some backstory weirdness going on.
Oh,
and then he's going to do a 720 next chapter, and it's going to be not enough. And it's like, all right, Enma, work with me here. And you know what? You're not going to work with me. I'm going to make you do what you do. And that's when we're going to get, what is it? Azura being forced into him, because that's his Shoyu. That's his version of what Luffy learned. And that is going to be his 1080 against King. That cuts him.
Yeah, I can see it. We do have a question here, and this is kind of a serious one. So, Rob, my man, you tried so hard to get into it. You got into episode 50, and a friend laid out the treasure for you. So I'm gonna tell you right now, there is no treasure. It has not been laid out yet. Whatever your friend's telling you is entirely him just like fucking with you, right?
Yeah.
1,000 episodes is great. I mean, like we literally talk about each manga chapter. So if you're talking about the episodes, we're 32, story beats ahead of this. Ain't no treasure been told what it is yet.
Yeah.
So like I think
you
it's
don't
up
know
to
what the treasure is.
And so I think it's up to you, Rob. How much do you value a story, and how much can you enjoy a story on itself? If you can't just do that, then I don't really recommend it. Friendship is something that they like have along the way, but it's not the treasure. Like whoever told you that's just like a joke.
Whoever told you that?
You had this person that informed you of this great anime / manga did a disservice to it.
I mean,
like the world building this anime has is like ridiculous.
Yeah,
like the seeds that get laid in those early episodes that are still relevant in up to episode 1000. Like it's god tier storytelling.
Yeah, and if you like Fairy Tail, you will love One Piece, because Fairy Tail is One Piece light.
Okay, I personally haven't watched Fairy Tail, so I can't say that.
I can't speak on that either.
I would say it's One Piece light if you believe Naruto as like the whole thing. It's like, because it's basically a blend of the two.
Yeah, like I'd say if you can take like in your mind take Dragon Ball Z, and Super, and say it was one like kind of one story, that's essentially what we're getting here. If you take Naruto, Shippuden, and Boruto where they're at so far and put them all together, that's like kind of where we're at right now.
With only one time skip.
With only one time skip. So it's pretty wild. Just like I would say if you're an anime fan, I would say like if you're an anime fan, rewatch it, reread through it, and you'd be surprised how much of your favorites are inspired by it.
Yeah. Because it's that old. It's old. Like
I actually think this is really funny because I had this conversation. So I teach I go to different high schools and I teach improv. And there was one school particularly like the main thing I could really connect with the kids on was anime. And so when I told them like, well, One Piece is my favorite because I was younger than y'all.
Yeah.
when this came out. Yeah. And they're just like, oh, that's a classic anime. And it's still going. Episode 1000's this Sunday. But there was like there was one of the high school kids, legitimately. I'm at episode 51 right now. And it's kind of hard to get through. And like with a straight face, I said, once you get to episode 300, man, it starts going. But
it's true,
which is very true. But it's just like, how do you tell someone to like push through another 250? But that 250 is not bad. Like that's the whole thing.
It's a fun journey. Like it's all canon except for like maybe just like a few
rainbow tunnel
here
or
and
something
there.
like that.
Yeah, but it's the hero's journey for every single character as they join as one group that has its own hero's journey.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of anything that's going to be a big task, right? Like,
I mean, here's the brass tacks of it. It wouldn't have 1,000 episodes if it wasn't that damn good.
But just agreed that sensibilities in like 1999 and what makes a good anime in 2004 is very different than what is now. But it is like a great like chance to see like, man, this is how anime kind of evolved over time. And again, I really like One Piece because you get the very goofy, silly moments, but then you also have like child slavery is like a thing that you're dealing with. So
literal genocide,
literal slavery.
Like you literally go back and forth between like it's fun and silly and things that are like goofy and lighthearted, but there's also just very much like dark evil in the world that needs to be taken over and
trauma upon trauma upon trauma.
And then
So I'd highly
friends
recommend
you
it.
around the way that help you undo said trauma.
And I wouldn't say that like the friendship is the treasure, but it is like the friendship that is built is a great part of the show. So,
and I would say this super loose that you're talking about stays with it, and I really think the looseness of it is also their strength, because
like
when they're all together, like it's after Frankie, because that's when they fought Moira.
Yeah. That's where we get Brooke.
Yeah, when we start with Zoro getting his next sword and everything, the looseness is how they come together, and like that looseness is also the glue, and you start to see them come up with attacks where they work together with each other, which I don't think you see with any other crew. It's dope.
Absolutely.
Okay, that wasn't the treasure though. Friendship's not the treasure.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not the treasure.
The treasure has not. The treasure has not been discovered. The treasure has not been discovered.
If you want to talk friendship, it's in every single manga / anime. Naruto had it. Naruto had it, I should say.
Like Oda, the writer, has gone on record and said, "I'm not going to put you." This was like in the 10-year spot. He's like, "I'm not going to put you on this 10-year journey and end it with friendship was the treasure. There is a physical treasure. There is something that happens."
Yes.
So there is a goal in mind.
And we did, and we had to get to Wano in order to even get a decent backstory about even finding the treasure. And all we get is how
it made them laugh. It made them all laugh.
They all laughed. So it's a legit treasure, and the finding of it just made them laugh.
Yep.
Which is why, like, spoilers, but it's called, the place they're going to is not Raftail, it's Laugh-Tail.
Exactly. All right. So we're gonna take a break away from this for just a moment. We do have a limited amount of time here. I did want to touch on something. Just I know this is probably more of a me and Wes thing, but and maybe you too, Matt, because you're Ohio. So just Dancing with the Stars is not a thing that we usually talk about, but it is the finale this season, and Iman Shumpert is in there. I got to give a shout out because he's the first basketball player. The first basketball player to make
killing it,
and he has been putting on some like the was it the villains or the Halloween one, whatever. There's one that it's amazing.
The Halloween one that was Us intro.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that he did last week.
I got 5 on it. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah, I got 5 on it. I mean, his version.
High 5 on it was Us.
His version is Grease was solid. But I really did dig the one he did last week.
We're at the end. He flexes like my wife is on this
with Fade. Yeah, with Fade or whatever. Yeah.
And
just like
again, like his partner stood on his chest.
Yeah, it was just wild. And like, you know, the other 2 people that are in the finales, they're the people that are like, they were gonna make it to the finals. You know, JoJo Siwa and then the Broadway dancer Amanda or whatever. But Iman Shumpert is not. No one thought he was gonna make it. So, I got 5 on it on Dancing with the Stars. It was nice too.
Speaking of like, I got 5 on it. That is a song that is going to live throughout time. One, it's been revamped and redone like enough. Like it stands well enough on its own. Then they did the remix, which had the whole bay on it, and then years later, people reused it and just took the rhythm of it and put other tunes, like sounds on it. I just heard it in another song that I liked. And I was like, I don't know why I like this. And then I caught it. It was the boom.
It's the horns that I made.
It wasn't horns. It was like piano though.
It's the
okay.
When they did it it's like they flipped it to it. It's just so good. And then you slow it down for the horror. It's so good, and that's what they danced to, the horror.
I remember I grew up in like in Texas in the church era, and I remember there was like I don't remember his name. Some touring like Christian rapper was coming through.
Okay,
and they did a song that's I got Christ on it, and
oh my God.
I'll never not remember that every time.
I can't. I need to leave.
All right, I'm gonna hit myself.
You have just opened up a massive Google like black hole. I'm going to find that song and I'm going to haunt you with it.
I'm sure you're gonna find like 4 versions and not know which one is the version I'm talking about.
It don't matter. That's 4 ways I can haunt you, man.
Oh God, you've awoken the sleeping giant in Matt.
All right, well, we are kind of heading towards the end of time. I gotta head out to get to my gig later on.
Yeah, it looks like you're working today. With the shirt on.
No, I gotta have a new shirt. That's why I'm wearing this one. It's cold. It's a little. It's LA cold. It was like 68 degrees this morning. It was cold.
Okay.
But I do want to do this real quick. Cowboy Bebop. We all watched one episode of the live action. Matt, how did you feel about it?
I'm boycotting.
Why?
Because I got an early review where they over-explain things that are obvious.
Why did you read that review?
Came across my feed, my eyes started working. So, But you guys watched it.
I know that. See it for yourself and make your own opinion. Yeah,
it saves time when I use other people's opinions.
No. We're gonna move over that. We're just gonna skip past that.
Yeah. But you guys,
it was solid. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
All
right.
In our group chat, someone had asked your opinion on episode 1. I said 8.5, and then someone else called themselves trying to clown me on having an opinion. They said on one episode, but yes, you asked me my opinion on episode 1. I thought it was an 8.5. I thought it was great. The action sequences, the setup, the way that they did the world building, the way that they transitioned, the way
they are doing because each episode's an hour, like they got to fill in more time, so it feels like they're doing more explaining. I guess that argument can be made, but it still works. All
right, I'm now taking your opinion.
I'm still gonna watch the rest of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of it too. But there's definitely it's not perfect.
I watch the original just to refresh myself one more time.
Because someone did that and was complaining about how.
Well, people are always gonna have something to complain about in this situation.
It's not gonna be a direct. Complain about the complaining. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Nothing is gonna come across your news feed unless somebody's complaining about it. That's just how the algorithm works. So.
That is true. I made an offhanded comment about a court case this week. Someone who I've not spoken to since high school, but lives in this city that I live in, commented, and I'm thinking, this makes you come out? That's the algorithm.
Yeah. So
that said, my opinion's now changed, and I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm just it's not the perfect thing, but it is one of the better adaptations. When I hear Netflix anime adaptation, it is not.
It gets cringe.
This is a lot better than what I was expecting.
Good. Okay, because my floor is, I want to say, no, it's not Dragon Ball Z live. I want to say my floor is, which one? It's Airbender. That's it. That's my floor.
Oh,
that's trash. No, that's your
I said it's my floor.
Your floor should be higher.
Was that the bot?
That's my floor. That's my floor. That's of the work.
My floor is the Mob Psycho 100 live action. It's pretty bad, but it is better than.
Okay, if it's better than that, then I need to watch that, so that becomes.
It's not good. It's not good, but that should be your floor.
But see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. My floor.
I don't know. It would have to be that. It would have to be the English live action Death Note that Netflix did. That's the floor. I watched it only for Lakeith Stanfield as L, and that was okay, but it still didn't. The Kira was totally disappointing, and I couldn't get over it. Never watched it again.
So that is better than Last Airbender, though.
No,
it's not. It's worse.
It's worse.
Okay, so then Airbender's your floor.
Yeah, I one day.
Listen, do we all understand the concept of
here's the thing. One day I'm going to show you the video that I made after seeing that movie at midnight on 12 years ago, whenever it came out. I literally said, if I see M. Night Shyamalan in the streets, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
That's a lovely floor.
All right, look.
You're not gonna go below that. We know what a floor means. Matt's right.
We got time. All right, listen, we don't got that much time.
Okay,
all right?
All right.
Did y'all read My Hero Academia or not?
Yes.
I did. And I'm now over the whole hump of this was a wussy character to introduce, because I'm at the point where they've completely done the full arc, and I appreciate what they've done.
See, I love it because this, you can tell this is a real act of fiction, because an American white woman sacrificed herself for everyone.
Can you run that back so I'm caught up? Because I feel like
I said that this is a great act of fiction that an American white woman sacrificed herself for the greater good.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
I want to hit it, but it's not.
No,
it's not deserving of it. We know what we needed. That would have been the moment where I played someone said something smart.
Wow.
It's
really like that one.
It's offensive.
We killed our new viewer. So, there we go.
It's offensive, but we're not wrong.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
How do we transition from that? Keep going.
So yeah, actually, let's transition with this. Normally we do recommendations because we're out of time, my guy. But now we're going to be doing plugs and recommendations because I got some shit to plug. So
there you go.
Wes, do y'all want to go first?
Well, I will be continuing my Nuzlocke here on our Twitch channel. So please come on and see me play through Pokemon Sacred Gold in my third attempt to finish this Nuzlocke. I've actually gotten further than I've gotten in any other attempt in this game. I finally got my 7th badge, and now it's time to like take down Team Rocket again and do some other stuff. But that's where we're heading up next. So do that and just, like, share, subscribe to this all the time.
Or this, Matt, you got something?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a link right now. It would help because that's me on the internet. It's like I'm doing shows here in Chicago, and some of them are being saved on the internet on the YouTube page. I'm going to bring up because we are back in theaters. Comedy Sports is at the Den Theater. That's the Jam. That's not okay. We're at the Den Theater now. Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays with masks. We're all safe. Found it. Ooh, jeez, so difficult. Stress. Like what do you do when you're trying to Google and like you're supposed to have fast Wi-Fi and internet, but then things take forever to load.
You're wasting it on the stream.
And it's just like, so much is, you know what? Screw it. You're going to look for CSZN Chicago on YouTube. CSZN Chicago on YouTube. They don't have the branded name yet, which is ridiculous. Anyway, in that case, thank you, everyone. Also, we do live. That's the live shows. The video, the virtual shows are saved there. Live shows are at the Den Theater. Mine are going to be on Wednesdays. And my recommendation is to catch up to Zarek on JoJo. But that's going to be hard because these seasons on JoJo are 48 episodes. Like,
that one you're in is 48 episodes. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So over here, I got a couple show plugs for you. All right. So December 1st, if you're in LA, the West Side improvised comedy musical happening. All new music improv team. I have link to the tickets here. Just posted them. And then what Matt was saying about Comedy Sports in Chicago being at the Den on December 26th, the day after Christmas, I will be in Chicago performing with Chicago Comedy Sports.
There we go.
So if you were in town in Chicago, want to come see us live, I'll be down there. I'm pretty sure we'll probably go hang out and do something in person afterwards. Personally, I'm looking for one of those type of the lack of a better phrase, like an Asian style karaoke studio. Is get a group of friends, get our own private room, and just kind of like run it. I don't know. We'll figure it all out.
That sounds cool.
I got that going on. And then just for the recommendations, just like watch Cowboy Bebop. Talk with us about it next week. It'll be great. And to our 2 new viewers, I hope you're frequent viewers. We're available on the Facebook as you see, but we'd really like you to move over and watch us on the Twitch, twitch.tv/The Melanated Anime Club. Yes, we're on YouTube. Yes, we're on all these, but we really just kind of like to push everything over to the Twitch because we're super, super close to getting affiliate. And you'll also get all of our streams and all of the other times that we come in and
get Nuzlocks.
Nuzlocks. And the detective club will probably be back in a little bit.
I think we're just going to save our clips and our snaps and Matt saying stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of Matt saying stupid stuff, but thank you all for being here. We are the Melanated Anime Club. We'll be here every Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, and we'll catch you later. So awesome. We'll see you around. And
there we go.
Let me get there it is.
カみたい子供なのね夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは